everybody. Welcome back to episode 4 of the Kanary Blac Show. And I have the one, the only Alii.
Hey.
How you feeling
yes.
today?
I'm feeling real, like, energetic. It's giving me, like, energetic.
And
happy.
It's good. So, for anybody that don't know who you are, can you tell a little bit about who you are?
Okay, my name is Alii. I'm a rapper. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm 16. Been rapping ever since I was, like, 8. I'm a recording artist, too, because technically rappers and recording artists are different. And, yeah, I make music, do videos, and I'm that bitch.
Period. Okay, so I know that you have an album on the way. So, what is it like, releasing an album and things like that? What has this whole process been like for you? Has it been hectic? Like, how has it been?
It's definitely been very hectic and stressful. I think people don't know what all goes into making an album. It's a lot, like the recording, the writing, if you write. And just a lot of no shade. But yeah, it's been very stressful, but it's also been fun because it gave me a chance to get more into my creative side and just try things that I never did before, which I will hear on the album. So
Right.
I could say if I had to put it into words, it's probably have been stressful, but also has been fun.
Right.
So.
Period. Okay. So before we get into anything, let's talk about the King. What was your name before this? King J. So what actually made you want to change your name to Alii? Like what sparked that?
What made me want to change my name was because I feel like King, like when I had that name, I feel like I was in a lot of drama. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the name kind of was just getting old. Like I had that name since I was like 7, 8. So I was just like, I felt like I wanted to revamp my whole circle, how I am. So I'm just like, change my name. Then usually when people change their name, what people don't know is it causes a lot of like attention. Oh, he changed his name. Oh, he changed his name. So I wanted to change my name just to let people know like, okay, this is the new revamped me. I can go back to the ways, but it's like that.
Right. Okay. So, you're releasing this album and things like that. So what out of all of your singles that you've released so far, which one do you feel like was the one that showed people like, okay, yeah, like he's back, like he means business this time? Like, what do you feel like was that one single that you felt like actually made people respect your pen for like, what it is?
The single that I feel like made people, the single that I feel like made people respect my pen is Respect. Because I had a lot of bars in that. But I think the song that like let people know like, okay, he back and he not playing, it's Hella. No shade, that did really good. So I would say probably them two. So yeah.
Okay, boom. Okay, so what was making this album like, and what actually made you come up with the name? What's his name? I Made You Famous? What made you come up with that name?
What made me come up with that name was because I felt like a lot of bitches that I was beefing with, or I feel like a lot of people that had an issue with me anytime I would anytime I would engage in it, I'm giving you clout. I made you famous. Yeah. Right. I feel like it was just more so of that. And then that wasn't the original name. That wasn't even the original name. The original name was between The Hardest, and then I wanted to do either something with like my real name, which is Jason. But I feel like that was already expected. It was like predicted. Oh, he gonna do it like that. So I didn't think nobody was gonna think I was gonna do Made You Famous.
So I want to ask a question, because even though this is an interview about like your album and things like that, I kind of want to get into basics of you, because you put out the music and stuff like that, but you're always remain the question of who's the artist. So we know who Alii, but who is Jason? Like besides music, who are you? What do you do in your regular life? What do you do besides spit bars? Produce? What do you do?
Jason is very fun. Like he's the fun person. Anybody that knows me in real life, I'm very fun. I love turning up. I love laughing and joking. Like that's just me. So, and then also Jason is also the sensitive side person. When you need anytime people talk to me and it's something about something serious, I get a lot that like people love talking to me about that type of stuff because I listen. So, that's who like I am truly. And what I be doing in my free time, honestly, this gonna sound like like a lie, but I really be still like rapping. Like in my free time, I just be writing. Or if I'm not like, of course I might go to like out to eat, to a pool, you know, stuff like that. But I really do spend a lot of my time writing, like for real. Or I'll edit, or I'll do TikTok, you know, like stuff like that. But yeah.
So how did you start rapping? Like, was it just something that you did for fun? Like, was it something that, or was it something that you always wanted to do?
It was my mom's boyfriend was rapping. And I didn't think he was good. So I was just thinking in my brain, like, he could have said this. He could have said that. That either would have rhymed, would have made more sense. And mind you, this is 8-year-old brain. This is me at 8 years old. I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, this could have sounded better. I mean, it wasn't trash, but like it could have been better. I'm like, okay, let me try. So he had like some rapping equipment and stuff like that. And then I got taught how to write raps, like ask for hooks and, you know, bars and stuff and how to count your bars and everything. And ever since then, I just started rapping. I just kept doing it. Then I started taking more serious because what a lot of people don't know is when I actually first started out rapping before COVID, I was really taking it serious. I was recording in the studio, the real studio. I was doing performances. I was actually selling, like, I had like this CD and it had a picture of me on it. And I was selling CDs and stuff like that. I was like, you know, doing stuff like that. So that's how I actually originally started off.
Period. Okay, boom. So out of all, you know, you releasing the music and things and stuff like that, how do you feel like you have been perceived as an artist so far? Do you feel like you've gotten the respect that you feel like you deserve, or do you still feel like you're constantly still fighting to be respected as a bar heavy rapper? Do you consider yourself a bar heavy rapper?
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like, have I got the respect that I deserve from some people? I mean, I don't do this shit for like people recognition, but I do feel like it is sometimes where I feel like I still have to prove myself a little bit more, because people will tend to have friends, and then people will tend to know their friend can't rap, know their friend not doing good. And me, I actually take time in what I do and my shit sounds good, but they'll put that person over me. And that sometimes kind of bothers me. I have to stop letting it do it, but it sometimes bothers me because I know my worth and, you know, stuff like that. But I definitely do feel like I have earned some more respect, and, you know, people have started to understand, oh yeah, he got, like, you know.
And then plus another thing, not saying that you're like, but being that you're, you know, so young and stuff like that, for you to be that, because I remember when I was like, you know, like 16, I wasn't really I was thinking about doing music, of course, but it wasn't like I was actually paying attention to every key thing that I'm saying. And I'm not sitting here trying to make, of course, you want to make an impact with everything that you do, but it's just like, okay, when I do this, y'all gonna respect me. When I do this, y'all gonna know that I'm rapping my ass off. But I think because you're so involved with your craft and you actually paying attention to the things that you say, people sometimes, not gonna lie, take it as intimidation, because, you know, it's like you've been doing it, so it's like you've been pumping them out so fast, like how like I'll sit and be like, it's been hit after hit after hit. Some people it takes, you know, months, years, you know, come up with that one song to make it pop. But I feel like you've mastered the arrangement of how you do your songs, the way you do your songs is something that you did so quickly that a lot of people can't do. So that goes into my next question. Do you feel like when you release this album, what do you think the album is going to do when it releases? Like, do you have any expectations in store? Do you feel like it's going to do better than anything else? Like, how has the reception been so far?
The reception has been very great, good, and great, both words, because a lot of people have been like it's like really anticipated. I have not dropped the project in over a year. Then the last project that I dropped, I don't even claim it. It's not on my name. So if you're not including that, I have not dropped a project at all. So it's like low-key kind of like my first official one that I like really like put my blood, sweat, tears, and wet pussy in. So like, yeah. So like I feel like what I feel like it would do, that I don't know. I feel like I'm so nervous, like, because my goal for when I drop this project is not necessarily for it to blow up. It's for it to get to people and for people to relate to it. And for people to, when they listen to my music, yeah, bitch, put some respect on my name. Yeah, like, it's like, that's my goal. I'm not the type of person to care about like, of course we all want to blow up, but that's not my end goal. I want just to make music. And if it reaches one person, I did my job. If one person is streaming my song, I did my job. Because eventually when you have one, it's going to turn into two, then it's going to turn into three, then it's going to turn into four. You know what I'm saying? That's more so of my goal. But yeah, no, I wanted to do great. So
period. Yeah. So who were some of the first faces that you've seen in this? How do you feel like you got to this portion of the industry? Like, who were the first faces that was just like, hey, what's that? My name is, like, who were your first like couple friends that you ended up meeting?
I first met Colors. I first met Colors. But originally I met Star Mari. But I've been knew Star Mari because we went to school together. But I first met Colors. Then after I met Colors, I met Number One J. Then after Number One J, I was introduced to like Draco and then Juju. And then, after that, more artists just start coming. And, stuff like that. So that's kind of how it just all started. It was just more so of like, oh, I know a friend that know a friend that know a friend that know a friend. It's like that.
So do you feel like they welcomed you in? Did you feel kind of like, not
I did not feel
welcome. Just kind of like, you didn't?
I did not. No, I've been dying to talk about this too, though. I did not feel welcome. I feel like, I'm not gonna say no names, but I do feel like a lot of time, like when I joined it, it was more so of like intimidation, like people just like hating for what I don't know why. I feel like a lot of people felt intimidated, and it like usually me, if I see somebody that's new, I'm gonna try to help them. Yeah, bitch, don't do this. Yeah, bitch, don't do that. Try to make the smart moves, and it was more so of like I felt like a lot of people were setting me up in the beginning, like, because it would be one thing that's being told, but it is not. So I didn't really feel welcomed, but now I do.
So, clearly you've, of course, have gotten your respect now. Everybody knows that Alii is here, not time to play. Do you feel like, how can I say this? Do you feel like your blow up process has been slower than what you intended it to be? Like, do you sometimes get frustrated? Like, I should have made it. Like, how they made it before me? Like, do you ever find yourself kind of getting frustrated? Because it's just like, I do all of this. I promote my music. I do these videos. I promote, but I'm still not at the place where I want to be. Or are you at the place where you want to be right now?
I feel like, that's a good question. Okay, I personally feel like the place that I'm at right now is great for me. I'm very proud of it because I work for it. I feel like, but it is sometimes I be feeling like, like, come on, like, I just be feeling like, but I feel like sometimes that also falls apart on if people fuck with you or not, if you got a good background, because me personally, a lot of times when people blow up, it's not necessarily always organic. It's always maybe because they have a team behind them. It's always maybe because some, buying views, Payola.
Right.
It's not always necessarily organic. So yes, I sometimes do get irritated because I know I do stuff genuinely and I do it real. But I know for sure, if I don't make it one day, that's fine. I'm still gonna rap. But I feel like deep down, eventually, when I get older, I will make it because then I'll be able to do more. Then I'll be able to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm just starting out, and how I'm starting out is not bad. So,
okay. So you released a song called "Respect with Javinci." If nobody has heard, you should go stream that right now
and watch the video.
And watch the video. I want to talk about this because I was having a conversation with somebody. Alii, I feel like you've gotten to the point in your career where you're making mainstream music, and I feel like the reason why I admire your artistry, period, is the fact of you know how to pick a single, but you know that the single is going to stick before it comes out. Like, it's just kind of like, because Respect, it's not no crazy twerk anthem. It's not no up in your face type of song. It's just kind of like the beat, bars, period, done. Nothing else to say, period. But it doesn't come across. The reason why I feel like it was so symbolic and why people clicked it too much is because it felt like you weren't being a hypocrite. Like being
Right.
like you saying that you're bar heavy, you're this, you the hardest, you this and the third. I should feel that every single time I cut on one of your songs. So when I cut respect on, it's just like, hold on, what the fuck are you just like running like type of shit like that? So is that your mindset when you go into every single song? Like, I have to prove it on the hardest. I have to prove that I have to show these bitches. I have to show these bitches. I have to show these bitches. Or are you trying to prove something to yourself?
Every song I go in with a different attitude, but one thing I can say, in every song I do, I make sure I have bars. That's just me. But it's be certain songs I be mad. Like Respect, I was a little mad. A song off my project that's not out yet, Bad Boy Side. It's more of a like, you know, it just depends on the mood that I'm in. But yeah, certain songs I do be feeling like, yeah, bitch, you about to come in here and you about to get these bitches behind. Yeah, like
so I'm glad that you have brought up Bad Boy Side. So talk to me a little bit about Bad Boy Side. What made you, you know, want to dive into that? Like what actually made you want to put it on the project? Because I've never heard anything like that from you. So what actually made you want to do that?
So remember when, like, okay, so I feel like a lot of things when people get fucked up in their career is because they be, I could cuss?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In their career is because they would stick on the same stuff. Like, why do you keep doing the same stuff that's clearly not working? So me, I try to dibble and dabble in stuff different. So yes, you're still gonna get that, oh yeah, I am the hardest, yeah, bitch, I'm that bitch, but you're also gonna get, you know, different things. So that's what made me want to put it on the album. I'm saying it right now in the interview, so because I don't want people to not feel any type of way or not get their props, but I mean, like, kind of, I want to say it. I write all my raps. Every rap that I do, I write. Bad Boy Side is a like rock / pop / rap song. So the chorus is singing. I did not write the chorus. I just wanted to get that out there. The actual person that wrote the chorus, surprisingly, is Big Zay. It was originally his chorus. And I liked it. And I'm like, can I have it? Like, I want it. So like, I just wanted it. And he just like, for sure, he gave it to me. But that's the only time I just like to get that clear because me, the pen, I like.
One moment. So, okay, so that's good. Okay, so let's move on along. So, Alii. So you call yourself the hardest.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Because I am.
At what?
Rapping. I call myself the hardest because I didn't call myself the hardest. A guy called that. Really? I didn't start calling myself that. But if everybody's saying you something, then I'm something. Like, especially if it's good. Like, I mean, if everybody's saying I'm a flat booty bitch, girl, that's a lie. But if everybody's saying then like I'm the hardest and you know, it's stuff like that, then why not run with it? Why not use that to my advantage? Why not put that in my brand? I do feel like I'm the hardest, but I feel like it's some other artists that's the hardest too. Juju. Who else? Barbie. Colors. I'm not gonna be fake. Like it's a couple others that like deserve that title too, though. Like I'm not gonna like, you know, but I feel like me, I got called it first. So, you know.
Okay, so let's get a little bit more back into the album. So I've seen the track list and things like that. So how did the Trend and Topic remix come out? Because when it came out, it went very crazy. That's still
hold on. Yeah.
Way back. So how did the Trend and Topic remix come about?
It came about because originally Colors was on it. And you know, you're one of the people that love that song. And I'm like, if you know, people love the song, like the chorus is very catchy. So it's like, why not? And the song did really good. Like it, not even just on YouTube, it did good on Spotify. I was like, never seen that before. Apple Music, and all like that. So I'm just like, okay. I had a video. It was originally a video with it, but it got canceled due to some things. And I'm like, I gotta do something with this. Like, I gotta ride this out with something. So I'm like, a remix, fuck it. Where everybody was already asking for it, they was like, should you do a challenge or like, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna do a remix. So I put Colors on it because he was already on it, but he got a different verse. And then Juju, because I just didn't, me personally, I know other people could have slid on it, but I heard him. Like, I just heard him. And when y'all hear it, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Why I don't, you know. So that's why it came about, but it originally came about because we was in a call and we was just talking about it, and we was just like, oh, fuck, you want to be on it? He said, yeah. So I was like, yeah. I got my Juju at the feature. Period.
I know that's right. Okay, so let's go back to some stuff that you did, in your career, stuff like that. And let's turn to specific. Okay, so something that kind of broke the internet, literally, like people were so confused, is when the Woman remix with Kanary came out. So first of all, the way y'all had rolled that out, first of all, we was just like, I know they not beefing right before the song about to come out. So do you feel like that song did anything for your career? Like people still rap that verse to this day. Like
I do. I feel like it definitely did. It definitely did. I think it was more so of the video. I feel like if we released the audio, it would have never did what it did. The video, it was more so of like, you know how like you watch WAP and the WAP video made you like the song more. It was like more so of that. So yeah, I feel like that was a good. I like it. I think the video is pretty T for us not to be mainstream artists. I feel like yeah, I think people get it confused with us looking for clout. Like we did the beef because it was just more so of like a prank. It wasn't like we're doing the beef for streams, because if we wouldn't never did it, the beef, it still would have did the same thing because we did the same thing on Trending Topic. Jumping. It was other songs. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when people try to say, oh, you doing the beef for like clout and stuff, which okay, rightfully so, but it was gonna do the same regardless. Like y'all was still gonna like the video. Y'all was still gonna watch it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So let's get into some things. So there was a point in time where you and Logical Zay didn't have the best, relationship and things, tracks were made. Can you talk about your mindset, like how your mindset was during the whole person?
Okay, so my mindset was more so of like, and I'm gonna keep it real because I know he would want me to, and he would keep it real. I kind of felt like it was more so of like a miscommunication for one, and it was more so of like, boo, your beef is one-sided at first, because it was more so of like he was assuming things about me. But the reason he was assuming the things was because of like other stuff he heard. And that's why I said it's more of a miscommunication. So I personally feel like in this situation, we're both wrong. Do I feel like I started it? I don't feel like I started it, but I don't feel like I did the best in that situation. I feel like I easily could have called him. We could have talked about it. He could have called me. We could have talked about it. We could have DM'd. So, but we did. Eventually, we talked about it the day Tell 'em dropped. We was on live. It was like fucking, like the beef is like you dropped your diss. I posted and deleted my diss. It's like, okay, girl, was we still beat? Like, you know what I'm saying? We rappers. Like, we did what we already had to do. So it's like, and then on top of that, it was like more so of like, I know people was tired of hearing about it because it was going on for a good amount of time. So, but we cool now, love her. Love her. Music is great. And yeah, that's just how the situation went on.
And that's good to always see two artists, put their differences aside and things like that. So what's your friendship with Colors like? Like, is it, good? Is it back good? I know that
it is. So yeah. My bad. I mean talk.
Before you say this, I just want to say something, because the reason I'm asking is because I know me and my friends, we argue off and on every day. They remember where we don't like each other, and where we get back cool. It's just that's just how friendships are.
Right.
But I ask is because normally when y'all do the falling outs, it's usually public. Like everybody knows that y'all not talking, y'all like dislike. So it's just kind of like, how is the friendship going? Because it's just like it unfolds in front of our faces and things like that. And, people will want to know. So,
the friendship, okay. The friendship, I always say this, I always will love her. Like, that's like my sis, like dead ass, like, like really, like we talked about things that I've never talked about with nobody, like personal shit. So I cannot say I not love somebody, like I love her, like dead ass. So I feel like it's a lot of times where me, or sometimes her, no, most of the time her, is like in their childish ways. And I feel like I have did it too. I'm not just gonna say her, but I feel like it's more so of that. I think that's sometimes what happens. And I think sometimes we have an issue in our friendship where we don't like to talk about things. It's more so we stuff under the rug, and that's how stuff builds up. So, but yeah, the last situation we had, we literally was going to talk about it. So how it went on was, I DM'd her and I'm like, look, I'm not going to keep doing this with you. I'm not about to keep beefing. I'm not about to this. We don't got to be friends. We definitely don't got to be cordial, but I'm not about to keep doing this back and forth shit. You know, we said what we said. Let's agree to disagree and leave it alone. We don't got to talk. We don't got to like each other. But why beef? You know what I'm saying? We're not going to fight. We can't see each other. So that was that. And then he was like, yeah, I feel like we need to have a conversation. Agreed. I'm never not down to have a conversation. But I like to have conversations where, okay, we both going into the conversation where I'm going to hear what you got to say. And you're going to hear what I'm got to say. And then we're going to come to some type of common ground. But I did tell Kami, and he said to me, like, I'm not going to keep doing this. Like, this beef and stuff is not going to keep going on. And I feel like a lot of times it gets dragged down and too many people opinions be going in it is because it's public. And that's another thing we got to stop. But yeah, we're good now. We talked about it. He apologized. I did say the things that I feel like I could have did differently. And we passed it. He on the remix, y'all see. So yeah.
Okay, so we have 10 minutes left. So we only have to do one game today. But of course, we're gonna eventually come back to the show. Don't be a stranger, darling. But we're gonna play a game called Hot Seat. And I play this with a lot of my guests. So basically how Hot Seat works is I ask you 5 off the dome questions and you give me off the dome answers. You can't think about what you got to say. The first thing that pops in your mind, you have to say. After I give you 5, you give me 5, and that'll be that, okay? And I just want you to know, in this game, nothing is off limits.
Dirty bitch. I'm sorry.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Is it true that you think you're a better rapper than Carlos?
In some departments.
Is it true that you're not going to? Is it true that you're not going to the You a Bitch Nigga Awards?
I will not.
Is it true that you think Supreme is scared of machetes?
I do.
Is it true that you think you're harder than Junior?
I don't.
Oh, really?
We're on the same level. I think that.
So you think, okay, last one. You think you can go hit for hit with the whole Big Three?
Who's the Big Three?
Do you think you can go hit for hit with Zay, Barbie, and Junior?
Oh, that's the Big Three? No, I'm not being funny because DJ, Draco, and they used to go by it too. That's what I'm asking.
No, this the Big Three.
Oh, do I feel like I can go hit for hit with them? Yeah. Do I feel like I will win all of them? No. But I would.
You ain't backing down.
Yeah.
Period. Okay, I'm gonna just ask one. Would you do a versus with King Jung? I mean, with Juju Randy?
Yes, I want to, but I want to wait till my album drops.
Period. Okay, you can give me 5.
Okay. Do you write your raps?
Yes.
Is Juju behind the reason why you are today?
When you say that, like for my career, like where I am.
Yes. In general.
No.
Okay.
He's a part, but he's not the reason why.
Is he one of the reasons?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay. How do you feel like you would have another Petty?
Yes.
Okay. Period. Yeah. As you should.
Wait.
Where do you? No. Okay. Do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
With my own show on television, doing what I love to do.
Make people laugh.
Period.
Anyways, and last question: can you fight?
Yes.
Period.
I'm
just kidding.
That was good. So that wraps up the interview. Alii, I want to thank you so much for coming by the show.
You're so welcome. Literally.
I really do, and I know that I've been saying that I admire your artistry so much.
Vice versa.
You care about your craft, and you care, and you actually shows what it means to get back to the core of rapping. It just shows like it don't care if it's a twerk beat. I don't care if I'm on an R&B beat. I'm supposed to rap my ass off. Like this is the type of song it is. That don't mean you dumbed out your bars just to fit the beat. Like no matter what type of environment, no matter what type of whether it's a feature or nothing, I can just tell that you're going to be Alii when nobody else even wants to be themselves, and that's something I really do admire. You're so
vice versa. It's definitely vice versa. It's same thing with you. I love your comedy. I always say that you're so entertaining. Like whether you're doing music, like I always say that you're so entertaining. Like even when you're doing songs and it's not necessarily that serious, or you're talking about a fuck boy, it's funny. Like it's like you know, like it's yeah. So yes, thank you for having me on here. I love the show. I'll be watching it. I watch Barbies too.
Do you have anything you want to tell your fans or anybody out there before we wrap everything
up? Y'all make sure to get my album out. It will be out August 26th on all platforms. And thank y'all for riding with me, and bitch, we out.
Period. Thank y'all so much for watching episode 4. Make sure you guys catch us in the next one. Bye. It's Mary. Mwah.